Monday Night Raw just took things in a new direction for Jey. We'll also check out a subtle new Jacob teaser, AJ Lee, and more. Starting things off with a quick and subtle new teaser for the recent attack on Jacob. Mysterious storylines always attract a lot of attention and conversation in the world of pro wrestling. So a lot of fans gravitated towards the attack on Jacob when it first went down. But the clues and hints have been extremely hard to come by in recent weeks. Obviously because Jacob's return itself is still not taking place in the immediate future. When Jacob's return gets closer, maybe we'll see some more developments there. General Manager Nick Aldis seemed like he was investigating the situation closely at first, but he hasn't made any references to the investigation in quite some time either. But we're to assume that he's still working on it off-screen. We haven't gotten any solid hints lately, but we did get lots of subtle little things in recent weeks. Those little moments that you can miss if you blink. The first one of these teasers definitely appeared to be when Nick Aldis asked Cody Rhodes if he had anything to do with the attack. And Cody's response was questionable, and you could definitely look at it as being a little suspicious. Cody flat out said that he had no role in the attack and that he liked Jacob. Some fans thought it was weird for Cody Rhodes to use the word liked in the past tense, and fans wondered if that itself was a clue that Cody did have a role in the attack, and he used the word liked because he assumed Jacob isn't coming back from that at all. And then we saw Drew McIntyre's perfectly executed backstage attack on Cody Rhodes in the weeks building up to Survivor Series. That showcased how effortlessly Drew could pull off a backstage attack, and looks like it was shown to at least get you thinking about the possibility that Drew was behind the attack. Well, now with December 1st edition of Raw, we saw another one of these very small, subtle teasers that seem like they're meant to get people talking. During the Superstar arrivals to Raw, Solo Sikoa was seen walking into the venue, but he passes by a production truck that has Jacob's face on it. Solo stops for a bit to look at Jacob's face on the truck and then keeps walking. So again, nothing major, but in the world of Jacob's attack, this is a moment that we have to look at as being a subtle teaser. It looks like that was shown to us because they want us to at least entertain the thought of Solo Sikoa potentially being behind the attack on Jacob. No one was more emotionally and physically hurt by Jacob this year than Solo himself. They went through it all in 2025, from a close family bond to being the biggest arch rivals. So it looks like that moment was shown to remind us that Solo could have a bone to pick with Jacob, and that it's possible that Solo attacked Jacob due to their complicated past, and Solo not wanting to see Jacob get an undisputed title opportunity before he gets one himself. It's nice that they added another name into the hat of possibility for when it comes to Jacob's attacker. But are we actually buying Solo as the real attacker? Absolutely not at all. They may have a complicated past that perfectly explains why Solo would attack Jacob, but an attack from Solo to Jacob at this point doesn't make much sense and wouldn't be much of a reveal. Like we always mention, this regime loves shocks. They love unexpected twists. So Solo being revealed as the Jacob attacker doesn't really line up with what this regime likes to do. That wouldn't be much of a reveal. We already know Jacob and Solo don't like each other, so that reveal would be a bit flat and anticlimactic. So although they might have hinted at that possibility here with the Raw arrival moment for Solo, there's absolutely no chance at all that he's the attacker for Jacob. Solo and Jacob already went through a long and never-ending feud this year. Doesn't make any sense at all to reignite that feud. Plus, Solo just started a brand new program recently with the Wyatts. So Solo as the attacker is not believable because of those logical reasons right there. But it's still very nice to at least get something hinted for Jacob, as we continue to wait on the bigger hints and of course his actual return itself. As far as an update to the suspect list goes, especially after ruling out Solo, it's still the same top 3 names we've been talking about since this first happened. And that's Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton. Cody and Randy fall under that shocking reveal category that this regime loves to do for mystery reveals, so that's why it seems like they're still high up on the suspect list. So we'll have to see if any more subtle teasers start coming out there for the story with Jacob. Finally, some massive developments have taken place for Jey and what he's going through. For several months now, they've been teasing that Jey has been changing his mindset and how he functions. The explanation being that since he's now a former world champion, he sees the world differently than he did before. He's looking at things more like Roman Reigns instead of the old version of himself. And this new way of thinking has caused him to bump heads with his brother Jimmy, because they're not on the same page right now, and everyone has wondered how long will this last until Jey actually snaps. He lost the world title match, he's lost a few tag team matches with his brother, they lost a War Games Advantage match, and then lost the actual War Games match itself. But Jey did have something good for himself going, and that was the fact that he was in the semifinals to be John Cena's final opponent. Everyone was expecting Jey to make it to the finals, but finally we saw an unexpected result in the tournament, LA Knight actually defeated Jey to send Jey packing in the semifinals. This big loss appeared to start to crash out for Jey. He spent several minutes at ringside absolutely losing his mind and throwing everything around in sight. His music didn't play, he didn't shake off the loss, he was absolutely enraged and couldn't get over it at all. This led towards a backstage interview where Jackie Redmond was trying to catch up with Jey for some words, but Jey was walking away from her and acting very different from how he usually treats Jackie Redmond. But he finally does speak and says that he doesn't care about what's happening with Division or the world title right now, and how he can only blame himself. Jey also said that Roman is right that the world titles only look good on Roman's shoulders and not his own. So it's not the full heel turn at all quite yet, but it seems like Jey has definitely shifted gears into a new mode. He's frustrated with himself, and now we even see him showcasing that negativity and self-doubt. He's a former world champion, but in this moment, he's saying that those titles aren't meant for him and don't look good on his shoulders, how they're meant for someone like Roman. So Jey is allowing what the haters say to really infiltrate his mind, and he's accepting what they say as a reality. These next few weeks here will be critical for Jey, because he needs someone to talk to. He needs someone to really talk him off this ledge, because if he jumps, it looks like he's going to fully dive into being a crazy and psychotic heel. He clearly made it known that he's thinking some crazy things right now, and someone got to pull him back before it's too late. Jey has suffered a handful of major losses since the beginning of November, and it's finally starting to crack him. Roman's next appearance is an absolute mystery, and is in limbo, so we can't really rely on Roman helping Jey out here with this matter. But we certainly know Jimmy will be there over the next few weeks to talk some sense into Jey. But will it actually work is the big question there. Can Jimmy calm Jey down, or will Jey even take out this rage and frustration on Jimmy himself, who's only trying to help Jey? So the collapse of Jey's mental state is officially here. Now we just gotta wait and see if he can be saved, or if it's too late to go back to who he was. So more clarification on AJ Lee's status recently came out from Fightful. When AJ first came back in September, the word that was going around at the time was that AJ's deal was pretty much a full-time deal, and how we'll be seeing AJ on a consistent basis. That's what was being said and reported everywhere at the time. That's why when AJ disappeared after her return match itself in September, fans were a little confused by the long absence. Well, now it's being reported that AJ's deal is not a full-time deal, and not anything even close to that at all. AJ will apparently come and go for short programs at a time. She won't be there every week, but she'll come around when there's an exact match and program for her to build up to. It's sounding like AJ will be on a schedule maybe closer to Roman and Brock, where there's special attractions that only come around when needed for a story. So AJ Lee appearances sound like they'll be rare going forward, but we should definitely see more of her in the ring. Everyone is still waiting for AJ's first singles match back since returning. She still hasn't had a singles match yet, so hopefully that is on the way. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.